The White Gold Rodeo. This ain't the Tarbutton's first one. Let's get into it. All right, this is a map of 1810, and as you can see down here, the land lottery 1805, 1807 is this whole area between the Oconee River and the Ocmulgee River, 1810. Then we all heard of the War of 1812, but this is in July of 1813, General Orders, the vowed determination of a large proportion of the Creek Indians to continue its hostility on our frontier. All right. This basically is going down to tell you that they're seeing a threat of the natives coming into their frontier. Mind you, Milledgeville, Georgia was founded in 1803. Washington County was founded in 1784. So this is 1813. As they continue the quest moving west, they're getting pushback from the so-called Creek Indians. And people think they just got here, there's a few thousand natives, they set up plantations, and the United States moved forward. And as you can see, this letter from Andrew Jackson. Will you have the goodness to inform me what calculations might he make on the supplies from Georgia in the event of our penetrating far into the Creek Nation? You got resistance, and then you got allegiance and diplomacy. And this is 1813. Then you have here in 1840 a newspaper clipping of a land lot sale. Also, 300 acres of oak and hickory land lying upon the waters of Limestone Creek, always adjoined to the waterways, right? Adjoining Benjamin Tarbutton and Salis Ford, right? So this is a reference point showing you that in 1840, Benjamin Tarbutton was already a big body of influence when it came down to land. This is 300 acres, what they end up giving to someone else. But this is the key point I want you guys to see. Why are these 300 acres also being mentioned in the so-called Negroes, banks, insurance companies, right? And this is tied to 300 acres that they're conquering. Now, this is 1840. Mind you, they didn't conquer the whole state of Georgia until around 1840. So as they're taking this land, there are people already on it. But they want us to believe, oh, they got these people from Africa, though. Rachel, Dave, Caesar. Make it make sense. Here we go, June 1st, 1842. This shows that William Tarbutton, formerly of Duncan and Talbot of Sandersville, files bankruptcy. But this is in Columbus, Georgia, in the Savannah, Georgia, right? So in 1842, many years of war, they're still acting in the court. And again, just like it is today, there's nothing new that the elite have done that they haven't already done. William Tarbutton, but the Talbots of Sandersville, files bankruptcy. And throughout the 1800s on into the 1900s, you see administrative sales, you see sheriff sales, over and over and over and over again. And even here, this shows where they're passing property on down to the minor children of Benjamin Tarbutton. And it continues on and on and on. And the name Benjamin and William and Hugh are used continuous throughout the family. So sometimes it's hard to distinguish on which family member is actually getting the property. And we fast forward to the 1900s. All right, you got Benjamin Tarbutton Sr. He was the mayor of Sandersville, a member of both Georgia House and Senate, president of the Central Georgia Railroad, and owner and president of Sandersville Railroad. He was instrumental in locating the Kaolin industry in Sandersville and served as director of the CNS Bank and the Gulf Life Insurance Company. 1928, he married, had children, and they moved in this house, which currently Ben Tarbutton Sr.'s grandson now lives in that property. Then you go on to 1930, right? The Carter heirs allege in their responsive pleading and counterclaim that Jeff Carter died in a state without a will, January 24th, 1930 in Washington County, Georgia. And at the time of his death, he owned the subject property in fee simple, which, by the way, is the highest form of ownership when you're talking about property. At the time, it was described as 3 tracts of land, The Strange Place, consisting of 100 acres, more or less. The Davis Place, consisting of 200 acres, more or less. And the Jim Hooks Place, consisting of 100 acres, more or less. Verge Carter, a son, qualified as administrator of the estate of Jeff Carter on May 5th, 1930, right? On January 27, 1933, one E.N. Eunice acquired a deed to the secured debt, purportedly signed by Jeff Carter's heirs at law, securing a promissory note in the sum of $1,471.19. It is undisputed that one heir at law, Esther Carter Scott, now known as Esther Scott Carter Hinton, did not sign the Enos note or deed to secure debt. The Enos deed to secure debt is recorded in the book, QQ page 106, Clerk's Office, Washington County Superior Court, right? That's why the clerk is very important. You go on down here, the son dies without a will, and then Robert Hooks Sr. was appointed executor by the courts. Here's another big thing in here, right? The next record instrument in the claim of the title once deed dated January 31st, 1938, from Esther Scott to B.J. Tarbutton, reciting consideration of $1 and recorded the deed book TT pages 545 and 546, Washington County Record on March 30th, 1938. $1, allegedly. Then the court has clearly considered the malicious record in this case, including pleading affidavit, exhibit dispositions, and briefs of the parties, viewed in a light most favorable to the defendant Carter heirs. There is no genuine issue or material fact. The undisputed facts set out below lead to the conclusion that the plaintiff is entitled to the judgment as a matter of law as to her title to 585-acre tract of land. In another case, this is what they did. B.J. Tarbutton executed a mineral lease dated December 7, 1950 to D.E. McMaster, recorded in the deed book S.E. page 350, Washington County Records, on August 10, 1968. D.E. McMaster, leasee, transferred this lease to Georgia Kaolin on May 4th, 1954, right? Although these and subsequent conveyance refer to 500 acres, more or less, or 585 acres, remember that number? More or less, there is no question but that this is all the same property. Therefore, B.J. Tarbutton conveyed this property to his two sons, Ben J. Tarbutton Jr. and Hugh M. Tarbutton, by deed dated December 27, 1952, reciting a consideration his natural love and affection for his sons. This conveyance is also recorded by B.J. Tarbutton in September 1962. And all these are in reference to this case, Tarbutton versus all that tract and parcel of land, MDGA 1986, and Cheese versus Southern Clays Incorporated, 797 F Supplement 1570, MD, Georgia, 1992. And even in the 1986 case, Judge Fitzpatrick formed the opinion that Williams had committed perjury in the disposition and apparently believed also that Williams had been suborned by Watkins to do so. Now, William was a witness. Watkins was the one representing the families of said land taken by the Tarbuttons. And I'm going to show you, because this showed you that Robert Watkins entered into a number of agreements with persons who at one time or whose ancestors had a claim to the land in Middle Georgia, containing substantial deposits of kaolin, a rare, valuable white clay used in manufacturing ceramics and high-quality paper and for medicinal purposes. They even sent the man to jail. He was found guilty, sentenced to 5 years, $50,000 fine. When power, influence, and lineage all come together. Be great today. Peace.